Close your eyes and let this story take you to a place of calm. Veronica and Angelonia, A Tale of Trust. This story is about Veronica, who learns to trust herself and others through the guidance of an angel named Angelonia. In a quaint town nestled between rolling hills and whispering streams, lived a young woman named Veronica. Veronica lived alone in a charming little cottage surrounded by a lush garden, where she grew fragrant flowers and sweet herbs. Her azure eyes followed with kindness, yet her heart bore the weight of past betrayals. One night, under the shimmering light of a full moon, Veronica was visited by an angel named Angelonia. Angelonia descended from the heavens, her wings a radiant cascade of gold and silver. She approached Veronica with a gentle smile that warmed the cool night air. "I come to you with a message of trust," Angelonia said, her voice like a soft, melodic breeze. Veronica felt such of curiosity mixed with a tinge of apprehension. "Why have you come to me?" she asked. Angelonia extended her hand, and a golden feather appeared in her palm. "This feather holds the magic of trust," she explained. "It will guide you to a place where your heart can heal." With a flutter of hope, Veronica accepted the feather and followed Angelonia through a path illuminated by moonlight. They walked in silence, their footsteps harmonizing with the murmurs of the night. After a while, they reached a glistening lake surrounded by ancient trees. The serene waters mirrored the endless sky, creating a tapestry of dreams. "This lake is enchanting," Angelonia whispered. "It reflects only the truth. Look into it and find the trust within yourself." Veronica approached the water's edge and peered into the clear depths. At first, she saw only her reflection and the stars twinkling above. Slowly, images of her past filled the water, moments of joy and sorrow, trust and betrayal. Tears welled up in her eyes as the memories flowed like a river. Angelonia stood beside her, a comforting presence. "To trust others, you must first trust yourself," the angel softly said. Veronica closed her eyes and took a deep breath, allowing the peaceful aura of the lake to wash over her. She felt the burdens of her past begin to lift as a newfound sense of trust blossomed within her. When she opened her eyes, the lake shimmered with a golden light. Angelonia's wings encompassed her in a warm embrace. "You are ready," Angelonia said. "Trust in yourself, and the world will follow." Veronica felt a lightness in her heart she hadn't felt in years. She returned to her cottage, carrying the golden feather as a keepsake. With each passing day, she nurtured her garden and herself with the trust she had found. Veronica's life blossomed in ways she had never imagined, and she came to believe in the magic of trust. And so, under the same moonlit sky, Veronica and Angelonia's paths parted, but the bond they formed remained unbroken. Veronica knew that whenever she needed guidance, she had only to look at the golden feather and remember the angel who taught her to trust. Here's the new story to bring you closer to peace. Snowdrop and the Guardian, A Tale of Togetherness. This story is about Snowdrop, a human girl, and Lobelia, a garden guardian, who form a strong bond of friendship and showcase the power of togetherness in protecting their cherished village. Once upon a time, in a vibrant village bordered by enchanted forests, there lived a human girl named Snowdrop. Snowdrop had eyes that sparkled like the morning dew, and a heart as true as freshly fallen snow. She always wore a cloak woven with threads of silver that shimmered in the sunlight. Snowdrop cherished the beauty of her village and loved tending to her little garden by the stone cottage she called home. Each spring, her garden bloomed with an array of colors and scents that brought joy to everyone who walked by. One fine morning, While planting new seeds, Snowdrop spotted a pale little creature among her flowers. It was Lobelia, a garden Ordean, with delphic wings that glowed softly with the hues of twilight. Lobelia had been watching over the gardens of the village for centuries, ensuring they flourished and remained protected from any harm. Intrigued by the tiny guardian, Snowdrop gently introduced herself. Lobelia fluttered her wings and greeted Snowdrop with a voice as gentle as a summer breeze. From that moment on, the two became inseparable friends. Daily, they would tend to the garden together, laughing and sharing stories of their respective worlds. The garden's beauty grew even more, reflecting the harmony and care they poured into it. One day, a great storm threatened the village. The winds howled, and the sky turned an ominous shade of gray. Snowdrop knew the storm would damage her beloved garden. With determination in her heart, she ran out to protect it, using her cloak to shield the delicate blooms from the strong winds. Above her, Lobelia summoned the power of the ancient trees, creating a protective barrier that shielded not just Snowdrop's garden, but the entire village. When the storm passed, the villagers found their homes and gardens untouched, thanks to the combined efforts of Snowdrop and Lobelia. They praised the duo, and a celebration ensued, filling the village with laughter and music. Through their friendship, Snowdrop and Lobelia demonstrated the incredible power of togetherness. Silently added as now to beings could achieve greatness through unity and love. And so, the garden thrived as a symbol of their enduring bond, a testament to what two kindred spirits could achieve together. Another story begins to bring you warmth. Azalea and Star, the Power of Sharing. This story is about Azalea, the girl and Stepano, who build an everlasting friendship by sharing their worlds and unite their village. Once upon a time, in a tranquil village nestled by the Whispering Woods, there lived a young girl named Azalea. Her hair was the color of golden wheat, and her eyes shimmered like emeralds. One sunny afternoon, while exploring the edge of the woods, Azalea stumbled upon a peculiar scene: a tiny gnome sitting beside a babbling brook. The gnome, who introduced himself as Star, wore a hat adorned with twinkling stars and a cloak that sparkled in sunlight. He was trying to build a miniature bridge made of twigs and leaves. Curious and kind-hearted, Azalea offered her help. Together, they collected the best twigs and sturdiest leaves. Star and Azalea spent the entire day constructing the most magical bridge, laughing and sharing stories of their worlds. By the time dusk painted the sky with hues of orange and purple, their friendship had blossomed. The bridge wasn't just a way to cross the brook, it was a symbol of their newly found bond. They pledged to meet there every week, to share their joys and sorrows. True to their promise, they met regularly, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. They shared more than just praise and laughter. They exchanged knowledge about their worlds, learned new skills, and faced challenges together. One spring day, a terrible flood threatened to destroy the village. Azalea and Star, with their combined wisdom and the unity forged for sharing, led the villagers in building barriers to protect their homes. Their shared efforts not only saved the village, but also united the community. From then on, the villagers celebrated a festival of sharing every year in honor of Azalea and Star City's friendship. They built more bridges across the brook, not just to cross it, but to remind themselves of the power of sharing and unity. Azalea and Star continued to meet by their magical bridge, their friendship an everlasting testament to the one. And so their story became a legend, passed down through generations, teaching children the true power of sharing. Every night, by the warmth of the hearth, children drifted off to sleep with dreams of their own adventures, inspired by the tale of Azalea and Star. And somewhere in the whispering woods, the brook babbled happily, knowing it was forever a part of a story filled with love, laughter, and the beauty of sharing. Another story awaits to bring you rest. The Tree and the Helpful Sprite Dan. His story is about Petria and a sprite named Dan, who work together to spread happiness and remind their village of the simpler joys in life. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush meadows, lived a girl named Petria. Her laughter was like the sound of tinkling bells, and her eyes sparkled brighter than the morning dew. Petria's days were filled with the simple joys of playing with her friends and helping her parents with their small farmhouse. And Petria had an extra spark in her life that not many knew about. Deep in the heart of the forest, hidden under a cloak of magic, lived a kind sprite named Dan. Dan had translucent wings that shimmered in every color of the rainbow, and a smile that could light up the darkest night. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Dan would visit Petria. One day, Petria found Dan sitting on a moss-covered stone, looking troubled. Sensing something was wrong, Petria asked, Dan, what's the matter? Dan sighed, I fear the villagers are forgetting the simpler joys of life. They chase after things that don't bring true happiness. Petria nodded in understanding. I think we can help them remember, she said confidently. They devised a plan to spread happiness throughout the village. The next morning, Freya and Dan started their mission. Dan, with his magic, transformed ordinary objects into sources of joy. A simple flower became a musical instrument, playing a sweet melody that brought smiles to the villagers' faces. Petria organized small gatherings where people could share their stories and laughter. Soon, the village was alive with happiness, and the bonds between the villagers grew stronger. One evening, a villager named Elara approached Petria and said, Thank you for reminding us what true happiness is. It is not in riches, but in the moments we share. Petria smiled, knowing Dan had worked his magic. As time passed, the village thrived on the love and happiness Petria and Dan had spread. And though the villagers never knew about the magical sprite, they cherished the joy and simplicity that had returned to their lives. Every night, Petria and Dan would sit together, watching the stars and feeling the contentment of their good deeds. And under the eternal canopy of stars, their friendship grew deeper, binding them together in a never-ending tale of joy and compassion. Good night, and may your dreams be filled with peace.